Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be playing some Ratchet and Clank as part of the continued series Go For It, Wait For It gameplay and review. If you've not played Ratchet and Clank, first of all, what are you doing with your life? Second of all, it's free. I'm assuming this is going to be worth it because I've played a couple of Ratchet and Clank games in the past and they're pretty great. But that's what this series is for on the channel. So we're gonna get into playing it. We're gonna see how it goes, and I'm gonna let you guys know whether or not you should go for it or wait for it. This game is free for the month of March for PlayStation Plus members. So if you wanted to, you could easily
open up on 7. Move it out, Shiv. Oh, yeah. Hero, huh?
Identifying prisoner 117, Shiv, Helix.
Greetings, new fish. I'm
Captain Quark. I don't believe it. You're here.
No one will ever hear my side.
I'd like to hear your side, Captain.
You would? Well, then sit down, wary criminal, and I'll tell you a story.
All about how my life got flipped, turned upside down.
I'm always
Okay. So, first off, before we get started with this game, I feel like there was some frame drop and some straight up freezing during some of those cutscenes, which really shouldn't happen. I mean, it's not even intensive on the PS4. It's basically like a video playing. It wasn't interactive, and it could be skipped, but that was about it. So I don't understand why that was so off, but that's just kind of a side little, just a side note sort of thing.
Does that ship look mag-lifted to you? Okay, let's see if these new Versa bulbs work. Look up. Do you see something flashing?
Yep, left side looks good.
And so Ratchet began his adventure, hoping to become a galactic ranger. Ratchet bashed his enemies using his trusty Omni Wrench. In order to best his foes, Ratchet used the warrior's time-honored tradition of jumping, of jumping, of jumping, of jumping, of jumping, of jumping.
If you're gonna have a game that has a cutscene after almost every mission, you should probably make sure that the cutscenes are, you know, not be. Here's another one, and I bet it's gonna stick again.
I'll never be a ranger.
Okay,
No, I'm not just a civilian. The rangers are actually my,
Okay. So we're actually gonna stop the video there. Honestly, if I had to give this game any kind of rating as far as a recommendation goes, I would need to see the price and base it around that first, because as a free game, I would of course say to download this. Ratchet and Clank is a great series. I've always loved the franchise. Ratchet and Clank is probably second to Jak and Daxter for me personally anyway. However, this game is a lot of fun. It just, I don't know, I have a couple of gripes with this game. So Ratchet and Clank is a normally $19.99 game, aka a $20 game, the same price as Bloodborne. I guess that sort of correlates with their age respectively. So the reason I compare it somewhat to Bloodborne is because they're both the free games of March. And you can tell that this is definitely the second-rate game. There's usually a bigger name game and then a lesser known game. This is probably considered the lesser known or second rate because the narration is very cheesy. I get that it's a cheesy kid-like game. It's supposed to be a lot of fun and campy or whatever, but the narration's too much. It just is. It gets really annoying. I only got to the second or third mission of the game and I was already sick of hearing his voice constantly over everything I did. sort of telling me what to do in a way. It made the game feel even more linear than it already is. I don't mean to be too harsh. I don't see myself coming back to this one. Not too much anyway. I may come back if I want a good a goofy hack and slash just to destroy shit. This is basically Ratchet and Clank jumping simulator, because if you jump, you can pretty much avoid every enemy.
Of jumping, of jumping, of jumping, of jumping, of jumping.
Anything that anyone does in the game can be avoided and evaded by jumping, and you can win every little fight you get into with jumping. So if you like to jump around a lot, and you want to, you know, slam a wrench into enemies from the air, then this game will probably be a lot of fun to you. It just, yeah, the narration was way too campy, way too much, way too cheesy. It was just annoying. The jumping, all you do is jump in this game. And it's a similar price point for Bloodborne. Personally, I would not pay $19.99 for this. I would not pay $20 for this game. This is probably the first game that I've done on this series, I think, that I'm not recommending. I would recommend you download it for free. If you want a goofy, fun little game to mess around on, go for it. If you don't have a ton of bandwidth per month, I know that some companies still limit bandwidth, and some people just don't have the great speeds. Use that on Bloodborne. Use your download and hard drive space on Bloodborne. Feel free to skip this one. I just don't know that I can recommend it soundly and comfortably. It just doesn't seem all that great. It's definitely not worth $19.99. Obviously, it's worth it if it's free, but I don't know that I would say it's worth your hard drive space, honestly. So if you guys are running low on space, don't go for Ratchet and Clank. If you're wanting a good game to really get into and dive into and spend some time on, I definitely recommend Bloodborne. I'm going to be getting into that over the weekend. That's coming up, so I'll definitely be getting more into that because I love the timing of it. I love how intense it is and how much fighting can be done in the game. But this episode and this video is about Ratchet and Clank. So again, I would say to go for it because it's free. Otherwise, don't bother. Just skip this one. Wait for the next. Either wait for a sequel, wait for the next Jak and Daxter, because I've always personally preferred those over these. But they're similar-ish games. Comparably, relatively speaking. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So yeah, this is probably one of the first episodes where I'm not recommending a game. A little unfortunate, but it's fine. Yeah, I can't bring myself to recommend it. So until the next episode, guys, make sure you, nope. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, if you like me going over some games with the gameplay and review style, feel free to drop a like on the video. If you didn't, feel free to dislike. But if you do, thank you. And as always, guys, be sure to enjoy yourselves. And until the next video or live stream, because I tend to do a little bit of both, stay frosty and stay humble.